Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel and this journey, then I hope that you will hit that subscribe button down below and come along with my family and this particular journey of my skin removal after having weight loss and weight loss surgery, the panniculectomy. This is a video that I'm recording, yes, in the same outfit as you saw as my pre-op, and that is because I needed to get this done. Heaven forbid, me trying to film these sit-down videos lately has been a little bit of a hot mess, and we're down to the final 2 weeks before I am under the knife. So I figured it was time to go ahead and do this video, which I've been most excited for, because it's answering your questions. Because a lot of times it's like, what are people researching? What do they want to know? So I love that I was able to ask you guys specifically what it is that you wanted to know about the surgery, what I was getting, and then be able to answer that for you. So I am going to log in here. Okay. Woo! We got quite a few questions, so I'm going to try to dive into this as quick as possible. So the first one is, what operation are you having? Well, I'm having a panniculectomy, which is basically a tummy tuck. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. A panniculectomy is what is also called a mini tummy tuck. That's where they're still kind of taking away that lower tummy, lower fat and things, but they're not doing the muscle repair and lipo and things like that. Panniculectomies do have a little bit of an oddball component to it where it can be medically necessary, but also sometimes it's about where they can make the incision and take it away from. But there are variations, and what I'm having is basically considered an extended panniculectomy. Who is going to help you take care of Orion? So if you're new to my channel, if you don't know, I do have a little boy. He's going to be 2 in December. And who's going to help me take care of him is going to be my mother. So we moved back home while my husband is gone. He's in the military, so he's away for a year. We moved in with my parents, and so my mom is going to help take care of Orion. And luckily, because Orion goes to daycare, still take advantage of that. So she's going to take him to daycare, so that way she can kind of still be at home, do her life. But then at least on weekends and stuff, she's really going to help out with me on that. And then obviously I have my sister and my father and stuff as well, but my mom is kind of that like main caregiver for him. What do they look for when asking for the surgery? Are there certain weight, or do they look, I wonder if this is, okay, or do they look at skin? It kind of cut off her question, but this is kind of into that whole insurance and stuff like that. So essentially, when you're getting this, if you want insurance to cover it, here are your sure bets of them covering it. There are plenty of people that get denied, and it's because a lot of times people just say it's medically necessary. They say they have pain. They say they have, it's hanging this low. That is not going to get you covered. Here is the surefire way, usually for insurance, that you are going to get covered. Having the skin hang at least, I would say what's going to be a surefire way is having it hang at least over your genitalia or to your thighs. Obviously, if it's lower, yes, but the minimum I would say is definitely be at least a grade 2 to grade 3 of how low it hangs. It also needs to cause skin rashes or blemishes and things that literally inhibit you to live. Just simply it hanging there and you having to lift up your stomach to wash yourself is not going to be good enough. For me personally, I have hidradenitis suppurativa, which is a skin disease which gets irritated with having the skin hang over that genitalia area. So it does cause my hidradenitis to flare up, which I have had documented since I was, I've had it documented in terms of my medical history since I was in high school, but even within this insurance company, when they look back at my medical records and what is submitted, this has been documented since, I think, 2015. So that's one of the ways, is to have the skin rashes and things that literally cause you to basically not be able to live. Not just, ooh, I've got this little pain, but it's okay. It's like stuff that really inhibits you to have a good quality of life. Your hygiene and stuff, like it's got to be severe. With the rashes, you need to also, what's going to help is to have documentation that you've tried everything else. remember that insurance does not want to pay for plastic surgery. So you have to make it one of those things that you're presenting them a case that shows them that this is the last resort. Like, this is what I need. You don't want to open up opportunity for them to question for even a second if you could do something else. So for me, I documented that I had the skin disease, obviously. I had taken topicals, I got injections, I've gone through laser hair removal, I've done antibiotics. I have literally done everything that they could basically do to my body other than here we are at surgery. Like I said, how far it hangs. So typically I would say I think a surefire way is to be a grade 3 and lower. So basically grade 3 is me, where it goes to thigh, and then there's knee, and then there's beyond the knee. I do think that they'll take people if it's grade 2, which is the basically just covering your genitalia, but then that's where you really want to make sure that you definitely have your rashes and things all documented, skin concerns. The other thing is that your surgeon essentially is writing that having this surgery will in fact improve your quality of life. Insurance is about your health. They're not about the cosmetics. So they are caring about, is this impeding on your actual health and your day-to-day activities? I cannot physically work out and do cardio without activating this. I can't have the same sort of hygiene and stuff. So me having this surgery, my surgeon will improve my quality of life. You need to be, if this is after you've had weight loss surgery, they are going to require that your weight has been at least the same for at least 6 months. So you do not want to be somebody who is 3 months into your sleeve and then now you want this, or you're 6 months into your sleeve. You're going to want to be at least a year out from having had your weight loss surgery to even be asking this, because they want you to have been at the same weight for at least 6 months. That's at least for TRICARE. I know for other ones they want you to be about the same as well. Usually there's about 2 routes that happen. Usually there's a route of more of the rashes, and then there's the route of weight loss surgery, because they do know that people who have had extended weight loss or weight loss surgery just get the skin and stuff like that happen. It kind of impedes in life because they lost such dramatic weight. But that one is a little bit more lax, but I think it's a little bit more difficult to get approved for, in the aspect that you really need to be able to document and have the picture showing that it's just really loose skin and that it's like hanging there. And then, like I said, they want to see that your weight has been the same. And then also that's when they're really caring also, are you at the closest BMI that you're supposed to be to? So don't just think this is an easy 1, 2, 3, you're covered. But if you are somebody who's going through this stuff, you don't have to go through this and just suffer. So just know to have all your ducks in a row when you're presenting it to the insurance company. Make sure that you have a surgeon who is writing it correctly and sending it into them. That basically their surgeon is like, she or he needs this surgery, it will improve their life, and here's why XYZ. It does help your surgeons when you already have the information. You're like, here's my packet, I just need basically your seal of approval, sign, seal, deliver, and it's yours. Okay? Somebody asked, was there a bee today or no? No bees today. You have to follow my Instagram and you would know what she was talking about. Next question, are you going to leave the hospital with your IV in before they release you? This is from my bestie who had a dream that I left the hospital with my IV before they release me. No, I do not plan on running out of a hospital before they've actually released me and taken my IV out. Cool. Have you looked into schools in Italy for Orion, or will you homeschool? So this isn't about surgery, but I guess this is Q&A. No, we haven't looked into schools for Orion. Orion will not be going to school because of where his birthday falls until technically the time that we are supposed to be getting ready to leave Italy. So we haven't really thought about that yet of schools. So I haven't looked into it too much. I do know that I will be sending Orion to public school, or at least, to school. I don't plan on homeschooling at all. I want him to have that socialization. I want him to have that part of his life, but I also know that I'm not going to just put him in a school system that is not a good school system. How long will your recovery time be for this surgery? So recovery time initially, in terms of how long I'm taking off work, is I'm taking about 3 weeks off of work. The overall, what they say is this could be up to a year. Really what it is when you think about it, your incision and things on the outside might heal after, 4 to 6 weeks, but then you still kind of have that internal stuff healing. And then it is pretty invasive. So it's just one of those things that overall, I think it's going to be not until about the time that I'm leaving to Italy that it will probably be pretty much healed. Will this surgery allow your body to heal 100% from the skin disorder? So no. My skin disorder is a disease, so I will always have the disease, but it will help improve for me not to have the flare-ups the same way that I do. So did you know the question in terms of how long is the recovery for the surgery? How will this affect future pregnancies? So yes, I do plan on getting pregnant after having had this surgery, and it's not going to affect it. Essentially, I'm not getting muscle repair. If I got muscle repair, then that would be a waste. Muscle repair is what gets damaged, especially in pregnancies. Your skin, however, is something that can go back. I mean, we see women all the time have babies and their skin go back and everything. I'm okay though also if I end up having the mom belly of that skin and stuff that's just like typical of like obviously you've had pregnancies. And I know that that might seem crazy to some people, but you need to listen to me. Okay, listen. I have had a giant mass hanging off of my body for practically my entire life. That is something that is not normal in terms of if you were a flat stomach and had pregnancies and then you weren't pregnant anymore. And I'm talking about just normal, just kind of snapback. So for me, being able to take off the mass that hangs off of me causes me the skin disease, the flare-ups, the pain. And if I get pregnant and heaven forbid, I snap back and have just that little bit of loose skin on that just front part of my tummy, I'm okay with that. That's not skin that's hanging over into my thighs and causing me all of this. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, you should wait until you're done having kids. I don't want to be in this pain anymore, so I don't want to have to wait another few years and then hopefully still, like I said, go through this process and then it be approved and all of this kind of stuff. It just, I don't want to wait for that. I mean, if I don't want to be in this much pain and I don't want to be in this state of not being able to do what I want to do and live the life that I want to live. Are you nervous about the surgery? Hell yeah. I'm so nervous. So much anxiety. I'm terrified. Is your surgeon local? If not, how did you go about finding someone out of town or state? My surgeon is in state. So basically I went to the doctor. I got the referral. The referral went to TRICARE. TRICARE looked at who was within network, and then they contacted me to let me know that TRICARE had said, hey, you can go over here and this surgeon's approved from us. So it is about an hour away, but it is within my state. Biggest concerns mentally about the removal? This is gonna probably end up being a video, I swear, in itself when this is done. I really don't think that, as much as I know I'm gonna have a mental thing happen with this skin removal, I know that it's also just not gonna hit me the same way until it's gone. I mean, I'm telling you, you guys, like right now, it's just normal to me to feel this mass on my thighs as I sit. It's normal to me to have to shower and lift up my stomach and make sure it's dry when I'm putting on clothes. It's normal to me to have to pull my pants up and over it. And like, there's so much that I've realized lately in the last couple of weeks that it has revolved around this. So when it's gone, I think I'm going to go through one of the biggest mind freakouts and mental freakouts and body dysmorphia than even with losing over the 100 pounds. Like, I've had some body dysmorphia with losing over the 100 pounds. This, however, I keep telling Sean, I almost can't envision it. Like, I almost literally can't envision myself without this because I've had it my whole life. And it just weighs very heavy because this is going to be very emotional. I mean, you guys saw even the announcement. I am not a crier of things, and it made me so emotional to even get this. Like, this has just been... I just... Yeah, it's already just weighing so heavy, and I just know that it's going to be such a heavy thing for me mentally. If you could go back, what would you change about losing weight after weight loss surgery? I would lose more. To to be quite honest. I would have lost more. After weight loss surgery, and I documented this, there's no shame in my game, I didn't work out a lot. So I just kind of wish I worked out more, and I wish I had gotten maybe a little bit lower. I felt pretty good still with what I lost. I mean, losing over 115 pounds was, I mean, that was incredible. But I wish I had lost a little bit more, just because then when I would have gotten pregnant, I wouldn't have, like, the weight that I would have gained wouldn't be as much of a depression, I guess you could say, for me. Like, it really sucks to be the same size that I was before pregnancy, but that scale for some reason to say something different, and I don't know why. And it's like I was already having body dysmorphia, and then you gain like this freaking 17 pounds that will not leave, and it just sucks. What's the cost? Obviously that's personal, but ballpark range. So for me, this is costing me essentially nothing. The surgery itself is not costing because insurance is covering it. If insurance was not covering it when we got the quote, it would have been about $10,000. We are paying, so roundabout way, so we are paying for, my surgeon needs to have a surgical assist, and they have the patients pay for that, but it's something that my insurance, which I've asked them, has said that we can submit that probably for reimbursement. So that's why I'm saying zero, but in the end, we're okay if we did have to spend this, which is, I am having to spend $600 for the surgical assist, but obviously $600 is a lot less than $10,000. I do hear that it can be more than that for some people, but my surgeon, it's only $10,000, and he's a really good surgeon. I was shocked that it was only $10,000 because the area and everything that it's in. And when I asked other places, when I was getting, when we thought I was going to have to be out of pocket, and when I asked, they were telling me like $15,000. So it can be pricey. Are you scared to have the surgery? What's your honest feeling? So yeah, you guys know I'm pretty terrified right now. Next question, what diets have you used to lose weight? So obviously I got weight loss surgery. So that was pretty much weight loss in itself, because you're basically practicing anorexia because you can't eat a lot. Pretty healthy. And then when it came to after I had my son, again, tried to just be pretty healthy. And then I did try keto, which just did not work for me. And now I follow more of a Mediterranean lifestyle, which essentially is just really clean eating, but you allow yourself some indulgences every now and then, everything in moderation. It's very heavy, more so in seafood. You're taking away a lot of the beef, a lot of the chicken, and a lot of processed foods. It's just eating basically as if we were mimicking like those that are in the Mediterranean, which has been found to be overall healthier for you just in general on your inside, as well as just having a healthy body weight. Was it a hard process to get approved by insurance? Overall, yes. Getting approved from insurance when I originally first started was down at a military base, and that one was a train wreck. I think the hardest part was essentially getting the referral for it to even start this road of surgery. But I will say, once we got to where we are right here, it was actually a pretty quick process. Like getting the referral and then going to the plastic surgeon, sending it in, all of that took about a month. So it really actually wasn't too crazy, but my overall process of trying to get surgery and get the approval and get the referrals and all that kind of stuff was about 2 years. So we kind of talked about that. How long is the recovery from surgery? So like I said, overall, giving myself about a year. Do you have a pregnancy pact with anyone? Yes. So those of you guys, if you don't know, I have met so many wonderful friends through social media, and my Mama's on YouTube group that I help admin. I've gotten to know some wonderful ladies on there, and a lot of us want to have baby number 2, and we joke that we basically have a pregnancy pact. So we're gonna all try to get pregnant around the same time, and you guys will just have another group of us YouTubers who are having baby number 2 at around the same time. So that is it. That is the questions that you guys have had. Obviously, if you have any other questions, you can leave them down below and I will try to get to those. I hope that this answered a lot of your questions. I hope that you guys feel like you know now what's happening, and now we are just on to getting through surgery and documenting that. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things